In a small quiet town lived a young girl named Bisi. She was only 18 years old, but she carried dreams bigger than the sky. Her family was poor, yet their small home was filled with love. Every night, under the dim light of a lantern, Bisi studied hard, believing education would change their lives forever. Her father was a hardworking carpenter, and her mother sold food by the roadside just to keep the family alive. Bisi knew one thing for sure: she would succeed and lift her family out of poverty. One afternoon, excitement filled the air. Bisi had received the news she had been waiting for all her life. She had gained admission into the university. Her father held her tightly with pride in his eyes. "My daughter," he said softly, "you will become the light of this family." That moment was filled with hope. A future finally seemed possible, but life can change in a moment. Just weeks after Bisi's admission, tragedy struck. Her father suddenly fell sick, and before anyone could understand what was happening, the man who carried the family's burdens was gone forever. The house that once held laughter became silent with sorrow. After her father's death, life became unbearable. Food became scarce. Bills began to pile up. Sometimes the family slept with empty stomachs. As the first child, Bisi felt the heavy responsibility on her shoulders. She promised herself she would do anything to keep her family alive. But desperation has a dangerous voice, and slowly that voice began to guide her decisions. One day, a friend introduced Bisi to wealthy men who were willing to give her money. At first, she refused, but when she returned home and saw her little brother crying from hunger, her heart broke. That night, Bisi made a decision she believed would save her family, a decision that would change her life forever. Months passed. Then one evening, Bisi met a man unlike anyone she had ever known. He was rich, powerful, and charming. He bought her expensive clothes and gave her large sums of money. He promised to change her life forever. But behind his kindness was a dark and dangerous secret. One night, the man invited Bisi to his mansion on the outskirts of town. He said they would discuss her future. Bisi trusted him completely. But that night, she never returned home. Days passed, weeks passed. Bisi had vanished. Months later, Bisi's mother cried herself to sleep almost every night. Then one night, she had a dream. In the dream, Bisi appeared before her, pale, weak, and filled with regret. "Mama, please forgive me," she said softly. "I thought the shortcut would save us, but I never knew it would destroy me." The next morning, Bisi's mother told the villagers about the dream. Some doubted her story, but they decided to investigate. Behind the man's mansion, they began to dig. Then, suddenly, they found a shallow grave. Inside it was Bisi. The man responsible for her death was eventually arrested. But nothing could bring Bisi back. Her dreams were gone. Her life had ended too soon, and the town never forgot her story, because sometimes the road that looks like the easiest path leads to the darkest destination.